Play traditional Chinese music.
Here's Lunar New Year's celebration, including Violet Fenley and Sylvie Chen on Amazon Music.
Alexa, play traditional Chinese music.
Playing traditional Chinese music on Amazon Music.
Hello, afternoon. Goodness me, I'm just sat here, right, trying to get this on Facebook, and all I'm getting is dodgy messages. So bear with me. Got it on Facebook, but I haven't got it in my group. So yes, I'm in. Alexa, level 1, please. Oh, I didn't bring it, did I? Right, okay. So I thought what I'd do is in the comments, hello, in the comments there, right, I've put everything I'm going to use because I think you might want to do this. You may not, but you might. So I'm not too sure. Hello, Angela. I'm not too sure who's going to come in or if anyone's going to come in. So I don't care. I really don't care. So what I've got here is some iridescent medium. I'm going to have to turn this light off because it's suddenly gone dark. I'm going to have to put the big light, you know, the big one, not the little, the big light. Put the big light on. That's the big light. It's weird, isn't it, how we call it the big light? Right, got the big light. Come down. Got some iridescent medium for watercolour that I've put in the comments. Hello, Jackie. I'm just going to view. Apparently, I've been doing this all wrong, you know. I can view on Facebook as well now, and jobs are good in. Oh no, it told me I can't do that, so I can't view on Facebook. I'll just stay here because I can't be bothered messing about. Thelma, hope your daughter's okay, my lovely. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Emma. Yeah, we need good vibes for Thelma and Michael because their daughter's not very well in hospital, so sending lots of good vibes and lots of love. Yeah, the lighting is absolutely atrocious. If anybody would like to donate a brand new house, it's a bit cheeky, isn't it? But you know what I mean. I've managed to try and get a new clip, but I don't know if that's going to work. Let's get that off. But if you go to any event, whether it's, I'm going to have to turn that light off because it's annoying me. Never mind what it's doing to you. Yeah, if you go to the sorry, all you've got is a bit of my arm. Yeah, let's see if we get less shadows. Thank you. If you go to Facebook, YouTube, or the group, you will see what I'm using today, which is really, really simple things. I'm going to do a couple of things. The first one is, yes, I know it's Christmas. Yes, I don't do Christmas cards, but hey ho, the merry yo. Right, I've got my tape from the other day. So I'm just going to rip a page up. This is the Fabriano watercolour paper, which I'm using a lot now. So yeah, I love it. Still like my Winsor and Newton though, I must admit. But this is very heavy paper. I love the deckled edge as well. So I'm going to do one that's, we'll do two. And then I'm going to go to, as normal, my Patreons. And they get an extra live. We did a giraffe the other day. It was so cool. So I've cut one piece of paper into A4. Well, it's slightly smaller than A3, this. So it's A4, A5. So I just split in half again. So that's what A means, basically. So an A0 is 2A1. and A1 is 2A2. You know, and so forth. A3 is 4A2. Is 4A0. No. A0 to A3 is 4. A3 to 2 is 2. It's usually 2 and 2. So A4, A5 in half is A6. Get me? Anyway, shut up with it. I'm hoping we get a few more people because these are quite quick to do, but really, I love them. I've seen them before. I did them last year, but you know, the oldies are the goodies, aren't they, as they say? So I've got some paintbrushes here. I love my washes, as you know. I'm a bit partial to my wash brushes. And I've got some large wash brushes as well. These look pretty nice ones as well. And yeah, so get your brushes out. Get yourself some masking tape. And we'll start from there, okay? So we've got 10 people in. Let me say a quick hello. Said hello, Jacket, Michelle, Jenny, hello. Hi, Denise. Oh, right. Okay. So Christmas cards or whatever you want, okay? But I'm just going to show you some really simple little quickies. I love this idea. I don't particularly love Christmas. I know that, but it's only because of memories and stuff. But it's just a nice time of year. So, you know, I'm not a complete horrible person. So what I'm going to do is just tape this down, okay? I've also got some eclipse tape. I just want to play today. I want to play for hours, but I'm going to film it and then put it on the oofa-doofa next time, because I think a lot of people like watching later, or maybe not at all, maybe turn in. So I've got, this is the pink tape from the last show, and also the other Facebook. I've got a one-day special this Friday with the lovely David. I'm doing a USB because I do like USBs. I do like them a lot because you know, the space is unbelievable that you've, you know, all that work on one tiny little USB. It's just phenomenal. So I'm going to just tidy that up there like that. There's one. I do like this tape. It's a little bit more expensive, but I've had some tape. Oh my God, my spit make it stick better. So we'll do another one as well. Oh, you know what? I might do two here. Yeah, I'll do two. Because this could be your quick Christmas cards. Blabbers is in the room. You know, I'm very blessed with the people I have around me. Very blessed. I wonder if I could do two without being a bit tight here now. Yeah. Very blessed. I have such great admin. I know I've got a huge admin team, but that's only because of Facebook Lives, which have gone down the pan a bit at the moment. But that's because Christmas is here and, well, it's coming, in it, and it's people getting ready. And then, you know, after that, people do their own, don't they? They don't want to be messing about doing someone else's when they can benefit themselves on their own. But if I can give anybody a leg up, I will. No, not wrong with giving someone a leg up. It's just sometimes they forget, not always, who gave him a leg up. The person who gave me my start was Kay. Right, I think that might be a bit small. Don't you? Well, we'll try it. Who cares? We'll try it. And I might get the washi tape on that one because that's a little bit smaller. Or just make it smaller. Okay, so the first one is, I'm going to move this because it's annoying me. Where's that light? Oh, I can't move that light. Sorry, guys, because that's the big light. I can't move that one. Right, I've got to search around now for the right size of lid. So, I want to get a lid that is not going to cause me problems. So, I've got that one. That one's too big. Oh, that might work. Probably decoupage glue. No. Ooh. That, yes. Okay. So I've got my decoupage enamel. Oh, thank you. Right, I've got my decoupage enamel. And I'm going to do this one here first. So, oh, before. Right, I'm going to swivel. I'm not swiveling. Forget that. I'm not swiveling anyway. I'm just going to mudge up this here because I want you to see me do for here. Okay. Sorry, I can't get rid of the thingy light. Try and cover it up like that because that's my living room light. So it'd be hard for me to get rid of that out of the light. Right, okay, so I've got the big table out, I've got everything set up. I've got this, which is just watercolour paper. I've used my pink masking tape and I've also got some of my masking fluid, which you see me bring. And this is a 0.8 nib. So I might use that in a minute, just to see if you like this. So here, I've got my watercolours, okay. So I'll try and bring them in and bring this in here. So put that there. So I'm going to give them a squirt. I think I could do with this spray, you know, something to liven me up like this. I could do with that. So a bit of a squirt, but I have got my SAD machine on. I've got my, oh, do you know what? I'm all plugged in today. So liven up your bits, okay. Not too, you're not going too mad. Now it's so simple, this, don't blink. Seriously. I'm going to do a couple because by the time I've done this, it'll, you know, 4 seconds and finished. Right, so you need your lid. Just be careful that whatever you've took the lid off, like that, goes out of the way, because withers. Yeah, withers. So I've got the lid. It's a little bit bigger. I could use my iridescent one, but that's got a double lid. No, it's one of them childproof ones that I can't get off. Hang on. No, hang on. Press down and oh, that's a first, right? Oh, that size, which is a bit smaller, and that's the iridescent medium we're going to be using, hopefully. So this is the first one. I quite like that size. Look at your paper though, because if it's tiny like that, that'd be a bit overpowering on that. But you could still do it. But what you could do is then change it down to perhaps an embossing lid, which would might make, you know, make it look all right on that. But I'll show you in a bit. So we're going to do it big. So watercolor, lid, space. Okay, so get your paintbrush. I'm going to get one of my wash ones. Isn't it weird how I've gone to using these? But I've always loved my wash. But I love these brushes. So I'm going to use this brush, and it's an 8, isn't it? 4. So clean brush, clean water, and all I'm going to do is just choose the colours I want, and I want them nice and not runny, but not thick, like that. Okay, clean your brush, eggy yellow. Now we're going to do a few, so you know, don't, like I said, don't blink. So we've got pink, so we've got warm colours here. I'm going to split it up with a little bit of that there. Like that. Okay, so only give it one squirt. Don't, you know, be funnying around. So just do that. And look, check. And if you haven't, what you can do is this, which I found was, oh, silly woman. You know, put it on here. There's two ways. Whichever way you do will be the right way. So then just that, and I'm just going to go one and leave it a second. Oh, for gosh. Leave it a second, come down. Oh, what is going on? There's a double whammy. Okay. Now, for some reason, the camera's decided that it's there. So, this isn't great, but this is your trial. Okay. So, and if it's great, I'll turn it over and do the other side. So, all you do then is you get like a smaller brush. And this is your trial one. And this has got yellow on it, so I'm going to have to clean it. Don't throw that away. So, now this one jumped a bit, so I'm going to have a few mishaps. So all I'm doing is bringing in some water. You've all seen this. Right, so we've got the pink one. Let's try this one. What colour? I'm just adding water in the middle. Well, it would help if you put like that. Very fine one. So then you also find that you get to know your watercolour paper. You know, and you get to sort of know how much water it uses and stuff, and how much it doesn't. You know, how much do you need to add to it yourself? Or there's a big hair that. Wow. Right, so all I've done, we're making bubbles with this. So I'm looking at this, it's got purple here, so I want to add a little bit of that, but this is getting a little bit muddy. Right, like that. Okay. Got no green in it. Let's rectify that. And then we'll put some turquoise in here, I think. Leaving a bit white. Okay, leave that to dry. Like that. Okay, I'm going to do the smaller one now. So, I'm going to do a whole background with it on a small one, decided. Now, it's gone a bit muddy now, but I just want to create... You've seen most of it. I'm going to create a background using these colours. So, I've gone mad with it. This one... because I'm moving it around, I'm going to get it muddy. So just be, mindful of that. I like that, so we'll leave that to dry. And if you've got another one, or the back of that one, I'll just clean it because I don't want to waste it. So, and this will be the back of one, so it don't really matter. It might turn into the front, I never know. So here we've got our little one. Adding water. So I'm going to add water to the front. So I'm going to say that that one is in the front. Now, I had a lovely message from somebody saying that their their tape was being, you know, underneath, not the tape, but the water was getting underneath the tape. When I had a look at your work, if you're here, I think it's because you was using alcohol inks. This is watercolor, so you know it is important that if you're going to do any experiment, just test that it's what you want. Okay, so here I'm just going to put in a little bit. I don't want as much because I want it in the background, and I'm using the color that's on the tape to just give it a little bit of a background. I'll go back to the other ones in a minute. So it's so satisfying, this, because it being watercolor paper, you can rub some of the other colors out and get some fantastic, really soft results. You can do it using bubbles as well. If you blow bubbles and then dip your water on the top, it looks quite cool. So we've just done that. Just adding water to it, and I'm letting it do its own little thing now. So we've got quite a nice background. So this is drying lovely now. And if you've got, say, if you don't want granulation, which looks like cauliflowers and stuff, some colours granulate, you see, just use your paintbrush as an eraser to suck up the water. So yeah, that'll do. We'll leave that to let that dry for a bit. Oh, I could use that. It's quite a nice background. I think I'm going to go back to this now. Now, this was the initial one, and I'm quite liking what's happening. And I think I could actually just get my embossing. Oh, this is going to be right. This is going to be sad now. I'm going to be very sorry about this. So now what I'm going to do is add some colour direct. So using yellow, and a bit of green, and let's go with like that. So work with it straight away and we'll see the difference. Okay. Oh, paint on my brush. See the difference? And now, if you've got an area that's like the red is powerful there, what we can do is take some off and add it in other places. That's okay. So I'm going to wipe that off. Leave some colour there, and I'm going to drop a tiny bit of blue in it just to give it a bit of a... So all I'm doing is adding a little bit of colour, nothing exceptional, or just, you don't have to. Don't do too much with the brush because you'll end up mucking the colours, okay? So I'm going to wash this one out now because this is not where I wanted it. I did a double whammy, didn't I? Dropped it. So I'm just going to go near it, but not actually on it. So see how it's pulling the colour out a little bit. Like that. So we've got a little bit of the red tinge up there or pink. So I'll do the same with a little bit of the blue. Okay, right, leave that to dry. Doesn't look anything spectacular at the moment, but hey ho. So yeah, leave that to dry. So the next thing is we're going to do a little bit. We're going to do what we've just done, but this time it's going to have a bit of a meaning. Well, no, not a meaning. That sounds a bit daft, doesn't it? But we're going to be doing. That was an experiment. That was a background. So this could be a background for something else, and it's quite a light one now. So, you know, choose your colours accordingly. I'll take this off because I'll use it. But it's a lovely little soft background. I'll bring it a bit closer for you. Can you see? Scarlet Withernil. I was looking for you yesterday, but I think you were a bit busy. So anyway. Okay, so we've got a few done now. Oh, I can't get right. I've got my foot stuck. Right, in me. It's what it's me. No, it's not an eider down. It's what Glynis bought me. On me, it's like a blanket that old people wear on their knees. I can say that because I'm old. Right, so let's rip this in half. I'm going to do a couple of things just to get you going. Now it's a really simple little tricks that really you can do, you know, for any or every different thing, you know, for Christmas, whatever. There's a couple that I really like, and I'm going to show you now what they are. So, you know, use these as well. So I'm going to just now this had paint on it, so I'm a bit concerned it might, you know, have a bit still wet. So I'm just going to be a bit careful with that. Leave that on a minute. Look at me being tight. I'm going to get a new piece. Yeah, those people that have joined us, I've put in the comments everything regarding the stuff I'm using. So if people want to know, there's a link. It is my Amazon storefront, so I don't want you to think that I'm trying to hide anything, but it is my storefront. So we're going to do, I think it's a topsy-turvy one, but let's see how we go. No, I'm going to do the other one now. I'm not doing that. Right, got my pencil. Okay, now I quite like the idea. If we did it that way, it's a landscape. If we did it that way, it wouldn't really have the effect that I want. Oh, plenty of paisley on it. And if we did it that way, we'd have more room. I think I'll do it this way. So I'm going to do round. Maybe not that round. Like that. Looks a bit insipid. Not insipid, a bit contrived, but really don't matter. It's just to give us a little bit of a, you know, a direction, or in my case, no direction. So we're going to round it, soften it a bit. That's better. That suits me much better. And that's the sort of hill shape that we're going for there. Okay, if we turn it over, I could do a smaller one on that, but I might do that for my Patreon. So we're going to do some really simple, like they're going to be trees, but we're just going to play with colour. Okay, there's two ways. I'm hoping that it's going to be like a series, this of me showing you. Let me just put the lids on because I know what's going to happen. Of me showing you like little hints and tricks rather than just boring drawings all the time. So I will finish them off. So I've got that. I need to be mindful that anything on there, watercolour, will stay. Oh, where's everyone gone? They've all gone. It must be boring. Right, so I'm going to show you the shape, but I won't be drawing it in. Okay, so I'm going to be drawing, watercolouring in these sorts of shapes. Like that. Sort of nondescript. So we're going to start at the front. We'll have the biggest ones. Now I'm going to show you like that, and then I'm going to rub them out. Or not. So the next lot, I like that. And then the last lot are in fact, that might be a bit, yeah. Like that. So can you see? Right. So what I'm going to do, we could use masking fluid, but I've not got time to let it all dry and stuff. So any lines that I know will be caught, I'm going to get rid of. Now that tree is in front of that one, so I might make some of these a bit bigger. But like that. Okay, so any lines inside where you're going to watercolour, just be mindful that they can... Oh, I'm trying to put the lid on the wrong place. Right, so I'm going to get some nice bright colours now. So I've got my paints here ready, and I'm going to try and be as precise as I can be. So I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to use the back of one of these as my water guide. Okay, so the first one is, let me try the yellow. I love it. So just putting some water on. Now, if you've got Eclipse tape, this is easy to do. So I'm showing you that if you haven't, but if you have, it's well easy. So here I'm going to start with the yellow. I love this way of working. It just cheers me up no end. So let's put the yellow on and let the magic that is watercolour do its thing. So we've got a nice haze. We can add a little bit more. And then while it's wet, like that. Leave that to dry. The next one, let's do some, should we have an orange one? No, I quite like, yeah, we'll have a Let's see. That's nice, but maybe a lighter version. So that's a bit. I love the crimson better. Yes. Now, which one's that? Yeah, that'll do. Right, so now this one is going to be a little bit of the red. Like that. Add the water to it again. If you've got Eclipse tape, don't worry, we are going to be doing moodling, but you don't have to. So we've got the red down, the Eclipse tape, which is this, is amazing stuff. I'll show you how to use it. And I'm going to add the more red now because at the moment it looks insipid. So I'm trying not to let it blend because I want them to be a distinctive difference between that one and that one. That's better. And don't forget, watercolours dry a lot lighter. I'm adding a little bit of Indian red. Okay, and let that blend like the yellow. Pull it down a little bit. If there's any travelling, just clean it up. Right, so we've got that. I'm going to go with a deeper one now. I don't mind if this bleeds. I just don't want it to bleed too much the other way. Okay, so I really like this. No, I'm going to go with that one. It's a pinker version, which I prefer. For this, anyway. And in the comments, I've put what I'm using, but more importantly, what I'm using, I've found the Signo light version, white version of pen, but it's also the very dark one, not very dark, the thinner one. That was it, the thinner version. So you've got the broad and the fine. Okay, I'm going to leave that tight because it looks stupid at the moment, but you can force dry it if you want. So keep that there. Let's have a quick look at this thing because it looks a bit stupid at the moment. But here we've got this now. Okay, let's just see. Right, okay. So I have got the white pen and I've got a white pen. I've got a black micron. Now I'm using nearly black, nearly brown, nearly grey. And there's some new colours I've used. So I'm hoping that I can get them sort of to you as well. Right, okay. So here's the crazy looking things that we did before. I'm just going to move this out of the way. So all we're going to do is draw a line. Like that. Okay. And then put a ball on it or bobble, whatever you want to call it. Like that. So you've got a bobble on it. Now, if your circle doesn't look particularly circular, use our old faithful of going round them. You know, I think this is still a bit damp. Okay, so we've got that, but what's happening to it? So what we need to do, just fill in these little lines so it looks, I mean, that looks a bit odd because it's on one side, isn't it? But now, so we get that. We've got a little bit of colour in it. We need to add a little bit more. So we're going to use our paintbrush, or we'll use the one I've got with my Sennelier actually, because it's here. Oh, I've just got it all over me, look. Stupid. You know the Sunday. Oh no, not on there. Oh, you bum. Oh, it's watercolour though. It'll come off. Right. So I've got this flat, and I'm going to use a little bit of this colour to put your lid on with us. Put your lid on. And I'm going to use a little bit of the dark colour. Should I? Oh, here it is. It's like a racing green. Aha, aha. Right. So I'm going to make a palette on here. Right. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit more on. That's a bit. So you can mix it on your paper if you want. Now, so I'll put a few. Like that, branches. I'll do some darker ones. So put one on there. Put a couple on there like that. So threes, don't forget, are better. I mean, they look a bit, like I said, insipid. I'm just going to take this here, put it here so you can see it. So I've got a mid, a dark, and a lime. And then it's all done. And I've got a little bit of the, oh, well, it was. So, okay, so we've got that one there. Let's mix a lighter one here and just put some bushy bits on there. So on this one we'll have some on this as well, because I quite like that. But you don't have to do them massive. You can do them really quite fine. So if you want them like ferns and stuff like that, just put lots of lines. If you want them like leaves, you can add a graduation. Okay, so just going to put one there. As if it's hiding up there, and another one here. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit of the dark with it just to put some depth in between. And I'm blobbing, technical term, blobbing inside it. Okay, so like that. That's it, that's nice. Add some more if you wanted to add some sprigs of evergreen, which are quite dark. You'd need, you could do another one here where it's underneath, maybe on the top. There we go. See, that easy. And then so I've got some gill, these are only dead simple. I'm not trying to make out that I'm doing amazing. I'm just telling you how it's nice to just sit and do work, not, you know, not making anything. I'm more about the mindfulness at the moment because it's really important. So I'm going to go in with the gold, I'm going to need quite a fine brush for this, and these are all quite... Where have all my blooming brushes gone? Where have all the brushes gone? Oh, sure. So I'm just going to add some gold on the doofers. And then, let me get that there. I don't want... Right, that's better. So, there, let me just... Oh, for crying out loud. I quite like this here, but I'm just going to put... like that. Now, it's just a decoration. It's not... I'm not trying to make... It's... You could get with the kids to do this. You could do it with a real little... What's the word? Get a conveyor belt going, you know, doing it. It's like... I just so remember the baubles from the glass baubles that my mum used to have on the tree, and they came out every year, and our house always looked brilliant because she put all the baubles on the roof ceiling, and it was just stunning, and we just loved all that time of year, and I really miss that. I really miss it. And I'm just putting a flat paintbrush on now. I'll show you quietly. Not quietly, but see the patterns, and then we can just put these brushes, you know, they don't mess about. You can push and pull with these on watercolour, which is unusual. So add some dots. You're going to have dots, aren't you? Okay, like that. Leave that to dry. Okay, so we'll pull back this one, which is our bokeh. Oh, thank you. Well, let me know, Jenny, what you like, and I'll point you to the right ones if you want. Not all made equal. So I'm just running a tiny bit because it's dry. I'm not over wetting it because I want the colours to remain underneath like that. So I'm just going to go, and I'm going to go and pick the opposite colours. So I've got some cool colours underneath. I'm going with some warm colours. So I've got some water on there, but hopefully it'll come off. Right, so you just put the water on, and then get a brush and just put that colour on there like that. Allow it to be. I should have kept the tape on, but hey ho. So we've got that here. We could use one here, a very dark one, but I could use a blue as well. But I don't want to go too many colours. So use the tip of your brush, clean it off. And this is a bronzy colour. It's a bit high for you to see. It's quite a dark colour. Like that. So we've got a metallic sheen on it now. But what about this? So this is watercolour medium. You can use it two ways, okay? So what we can do is we can use it over the top of something. Oh, here we go. Or with something. So I'm just going to pop a bit out there. Hopefully you can see it. I might put it in my lid. Right, can you see it in my lid? It's glittery. Right, so what I can do... Look at that sexy. Now, iridescent. Stunning, 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 stunning. So I've now got a glaze that I can put over. I can mix it in. So let's get a bit of this dark green with the mixing agent, and I'll show it the dark green next to it. Can you see the difference? Yeah. So all this can be messed about within the background. So I'll bring this back. I've got my watercolor. I'm going to mix it in so it looks like a tree, basically. Well, not a tree, but like a ghost. So shove it on like that, and then let it do its thing. And then if you want to put branches on, you can. If you don't, you don't. But remember, we've already got colour on. Don't be neat with this. It's not about being neat. Okay, I think it needs to be cut down a little bit, but I think a sentiment here would look gorgeous. So now let's look at how we can apply this over the top. So we've got the iridescence there in the background. It's muted. So now I'm going to bring this back. So we've got a copper. That one is a bit hard to see. So what I'm going to do is put this on. Can you see it now? Amazing, isn't it? And then I'm just going to put a little bit in here as a highlight. Hopefully. Well, I'm around. I'm around because I'm hopefully going to do Christmas Day as I normally do. So we've got that one. We've got our baubles, which look really rubbish at the moment, but we'll put a little bit. You can just see in the background. Right, now let's go back to this one. Now I'm going to clean your brush off if you're using iridescent, because if you're using iridescent colours, then iridescence in your colours, then they will transfer onto everything. But I can highly recommend that, and it's in my shop. Iridescent, but remember, it's got to be for watercolor. Okay, it's not for. There's one for acrylic which you can use, but you get a different formula for that. So I'm going to go back to my more wash brushes now, and I'm just going to put on a little bit more, and you can build up this color really easily. I love the way, see how it's done that bled. Love it. Right, so the next one is we go for the sort of orangey red, and I'm using a big brush. Again, the eclipse tape would work brilliant here, and I'm going to show you how to use it. So I'll put that on like that. It looks terrible at the moment, but what I'm going to do is just show you. I'm going to bring it down and let it do its thing. Because although the lines are there, I don't want them this heavy. There we go. That's better. So we've got that. And then on here, we've got the lovely yellow. So the colours I'm using, I've put them all on my Facebook page, and let that bleed. Let it happen. If it doesn't happen, if it does, don't be, if you don't want that there, just, you can take it off. But I really like that. I think that's wonderful. So let's have a quick look at the Christmas tree. I'm going to dry it up now, and hopefully you'll be able to see. If I put the heat gun on it now, I'll show you the colours. And you'll be able to see on this one how strong that colour is. And I'll try and get the lighting right for you. I love that stuff. Ah, it is. If you get this red on your hands, it's like a massacre. It's so subtle, honestly, it's so subtle. Hi, Pam. Oh, hello, Dinny. Right, can you see it's so subtle? Very gentle with paint. It's really hard for you to see, but it is there, look. It is. But you'll see it when I take the tape off. But you can just see a little bit more there. But it is there. Now, this could be a small Christmas card. It could be a hello card. It could be a goodbye card, whatever. Could even be a sympathy. Not this card itself, but you know the idea of bubbles are great. So all I'm going to do is just now put some. You know, you don't have to do this if you just want to add less is more. But I quite like adding these. So I'm going to be a bit more subtle with this. And just go around the edge. And if your watercolours have gone a bit skew with, all you do is just use your pen to rectify that. Like that. And then we can put a like that. Hand washing. It's been a long time since I've done any of that. So I'm just making these designs up now to fit. It's only a quick exercise in making some different some different sort of watercolors, but also these are all practices for getting to know your paint, getting to know your paper, all these things that you are practicing, getting to understand how they all work. Here I'm just going to put in some wiggly lines because I think these need to be highlighted a little bit more. If you wanted to, you could sort of, where you've got your black, your green, if you, instead of worrying about the shape of it and trying to achieve that with your paint, just use it as the background and then put the lines over it, and it starts to look more like a leaf or a fir. I always think what you can't do with the paint, you do with the pen later. Can you see how it's just giving it that little bit of a... Okay, so we got that other one to do. Coming out, we're doing 3 today. I don't mind because I'm enjoying it. So now what I'm going to do is get the white pen. Oh, my pen. I put the white pen, the thinner ones and thicker ones on. So you've all got what you need to know. Colours. I have got some bleed proof, which I should really use. Right, no, it's not dry enough to have the pen. No, I'm just going to put on there a little bit of a highlight, but I'm not going to bother now. But here, if you was to write, let's have the word. I can't spell gather. Right, writing's not brilliant, but don't care. So together, which is what we'll be at Christmas. I hope you can join me. Every year I've done it now for the last 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. I can't remember, but I've always been here on Christmas Day. And I totally get that it's not easy for people, and it's not easy for me either. So we'll do it together. So let's have a quick look at this. It needs flattening out, but we've got that. So it's quite a nice old, and if you want to put your wiggly lines on, this sort of looks quite similar to the wiggly lines of the bauble. So and then what I might put here is a I'm just going to put in some fine lines. Sorry, the pen's drying, but it's because it's wet. So when you're drawing like furs or anything, ferns, if you put the lines in like that, that doesn't look very good. But if you then add colour to it in the background, you don't even need to add it in the foreground. Just put the shape of it. It now automatically looks different. So that's that done. So we've got our baubles. Okay. You want to add a little bit of shadow if we go in with a dark green or a Prussian blue or a Payne's grey, and just pop it in there and here. And it creates a nice little shadow. Okay, so it's like on a wall. So that's that one. Okay, so let's look at this one. So we've done the bubbles, yeah, followed backgrounds. Quite like that as it is, just as a word on it, but I think we need to do something with that. So quite like that. And I think all I'm going to do is moodle. It's very close, so I hope you can see. Bring it down. Yeah. So I've got this shape here. Like that. It's in the background. So when Mum was a kid, we used to do these patterns. And fill them up. So and I'm doing it in that back shape. Oh, well, oh, thank you, Carol. That's lovely. Thank you. It's very kind of you to say. So don't forget, we did the baubles. And if you forgot, or if you weren't here, I'll just quickly show you. Right, so that's in the background. And then all I'm going to do is lessen the impact of that. Like that. So it's not as, bright. Oh, there's one here that I like. And I could do that one, but it's too near that one, if you know what I mean. So I'll do this one, which is here, which I'm just going to do. Hoping you can see this. I might have my hand in the way. Can you see now? Yeah. Very therapeutic, this. Take it slow. Mindful. There we go. So I think the way we could get round this one is to bring in a different shape. So I stop breathing when I'm drawing. I've noticed I've been doing some filming and I just stop breathing. So pattern like that, and then tiny bit up here. I really like that. It's just something about it. So I'm not trying to be too straight. No point in it. Now you can be, if you want to leave your tape on and then do it, then you've got a good chance of being a bit straighter than me anyway, with the line, I mean. So just some little wiggles, and I'm just going to show you something else then, which it's a clever sort of thing to do, or not. So we've got that. We can add a like that, another line. Are you going to be around in a bit, my lovely Rachel? So just do some scruffy lines. Like that. So we've got some scruffy lines around it. Just bring it back up again, because otherwise you're going to be This camera, oh, I can't believe I'm going to need a new one. Mind you, I've loved it, you know. I've got, you know, a lot of use out of it and loved it. Right, okay, so I've got a bigger brush. I'm just going to go in with the Payne's Grey again. Very lightly. And I'm just going to put it on this one. It's all very subtle and muted. And as Glynis said, you can't mute me, but you can mute the volume and maybe try and mute the colours. But as for muting me, forget it. So I'm going to add a little bit more. This is always such a pleasure for me to do this sort of stuff, because this is me doing my thing. Doing my thing. Right, so if I get another piece of paper, just show you that. How pretty it looks. Yeah? You don't have to do that, you keep it white. But options. So let's go and finish. So we've done quite a bit really, because we've got a Victorian style, you know, I hate that. I'm going together, where you could just do 3 baubles. I shouldn't have done that. Four don't work with me. That's why it's upsetting me. And we've got our little moodle one. We've got that one that I think that'll look lovely. Can you see? Yeah, let me show you what I'm looking at now. Look at that, right? You ready? No, look at it that way. No. Love it. Right, I'm going to show you what I've just done. So this is a 1. So I've done the wobbly line that the paint's created, and then the tree. So you cut, that's so simple, isn't it? Just add a few more. So let's go back to our, whoa, crazy colours. Right, I really like this. It's going to be very bright, funky, and, well, just don't care. Very bright, very bright. I'm going to use some pure colours, probably some. I've got a bit of putting these because they're only small. I put them in there. I put them in the pot, and then I have to dip my hands in. So I'm going to look at these now, and I don't care what colour I'm doing. So right, every one of them. We'll have a light side and a dark side. So put your colour on. And let it do its thing. You might need more water on like I do to get that really quite dark. Drop in a little bit there. A bit stripy that, so because one granulates and the other doesn't, you have to be a bit careful. That's what I mean about getting to know your watercolours. So I think I'll go in with a blue. And then a little bit more blue. Then, as I'm going up the hill, I'm having like a cyan. And add a bit of it to there, and then that way it feels like there's some correlation between them. Now I'm going to go with, oh, this is where I need to get my others out, because I've got some other turquoises and things in the travel one, so bear with me. Yeah, can you see I've got like the lime green and blue, and we need some more of that. I'm just going to add, now you see what I need to do. There we go, take some away. So I've got like the turquoisey one. Ultramarine. Add your water. Add your water. And then add your water to it. Now this is granulating down here, and if you might not want it to granulate. I love granulation, but some people don't, so I do understand that. Here I might need to put in a little bit darker, so I'll drop in a little bit of that as well. That's better, because it would be darker at the front. I'm going to take some of that off. That's better. I'm just going to drop it in there, just to darken them. Okay, and then at the back I need a thinner brush now. Oh no, don't, this is the one. We're going to go very quite like to, so I'm going to do two, because I'll show you what I do, because it's going to be lighter. Now I'm going to put in a light green, so with the turquoise, which makes that a lot well, slightly different colour. This could be your alternative Christmas tree thing. So now I'm going to go, I need to get, this is annoying me now, so that's better. There we go. So we've got an actual light part to it, and here I'm going to go with just dropped a right blob on my work. So I'm really trying to wash this away now, so it's really quite light, because and I'm going to put some turquoise in some of them, because I think I'm going to be honest with you, that where is the turquoise? Yeah. I'm just going to change some of these to less blue, more green. So you've got a nice more of a green to blue. This one is a bit, so I'm going to just add some of this green in it. There we go. Right. Hockney, yes, it is very much a Hockney. Absolutely. Whoever, I can't see your name, but it might be Blathers that, but it is a Hockney. Yeah, absolutely. Bob on. Bob's your uncle. I'm going to dry it off now. Trying not to get it splurting all over though. Okay, so pretty little trees. David Hockney Pam, an artist. Um, he's done a lot of pictures of different stars, and he's got one in Yorkshire. Is where he, but yeah, he's really sort of well known for his colourful work, landscapes and stuff. And he's out on his own actually. He's a bit like Warhol, bright colours, um, and yeah, I suppose very much. It's not a Farvis, which is about colour, but it was very much a bright, plain field colours, then added depth to it. And by that I mean bright colours. So you're not, excuse me, you're not like going to get a lot of realism with them. So here I'm just going to put a pink wash. So I'm just going to have it more pink here. It's just to bring the sky and everything together. And as I did before, wash it out. Like that, just to take that edge off. And you can add more while it's wet. Like that. Now down here, this is a granulation. And that means like cauliflower. Do you get it? So I like that. It's more or less dry. So I'm going to go with, she says, I don't know what that accent was then. With, mid. Oh, here they are, right underneath the nose, as normal. Right, I'm going to go with a brush nib, a 1 and a 5. Okay, so 0.05 brush, and what's the one in the middle? It's got to be a 2. Perfect. So the 0.05 is going to go at the top, and that's just a real right. Okay, so Okay, so next I'm going to go with my 2, and this is where it's going to get slightly chunkier. There we go. Now I'm going to get my brush. Okay, so we've got our watery sky, all the utensils, Bridlington. Yes, you did. So we've got that. Now it is dry. If you want to now, you can go in with your pen. And again, I think I would, for now, just keep it on one side, the dark, and I would go back up the same way. So 2's here. Now, if you was to try and draw these shapes, you'd never be able to do it. So adding the shapes later, it makes more sense and less hassle for yourself and more enjoyment. I'm using as we go. So I've used the, was that still damp? The 005, the 2, and the brush. That looks like a nose. And then if we wanted to, we could just put okay. So then we go 2. And then the brush at the front, because it's all going to be bigger at the front. But the problem is with it is it can overpower your colour. You know what I mean? It can overpower it all using a very big brush. So let's go in with I'm going to go in now with a mix of all the colours together, and I'll show it you. I'm going to test it on my rubbishy bit. Not bad, not bad at all. And it's a case of just mixing all your colours up together that you've got here, and a tiny bit of purple as well, because purple will calm it down. And then I'm just going to go, so the sun's shining that way, so it would be that way. Like that. You don't have to do that, because you really wouldn't see much shadow there, but there it does help. So maybe a little bit more. Like that. I think that might have gone too far, so if I do that and then I don't like that, I'll wipe it off. Hang on. There we go. Much better. So I've got a bit of shade, but not too much. A little bit there, not too much. Quite like that, not too much. Now, what you could do, if you get a pen that works, is get this one. I've got a white one there, that might work, but might be work too well. Let me see if I can get it working. This is a paint pen, so it's not the same as a Uniball, because it delivers paint in a different way, and it's paint, acrylic paint, so you do get a different effect. So I'm just going to add some like that. You won't see a lot of it. And then if you've got a white line like I have there, just make use of it with a helps to go over any, you know, any bubbles you've got. I'm just scratching in some lines there. There we go. Okay, so we've got, let's go back to the beginning. How long does it? Right, an hour and a half, and I've done all this. So I'm going to go into the Patreons if you're around, and I'm going to do a little bit more. So I do that every time now, so my Patreons get special. So we've done our bubble one, our bubble one, where we used the iridescent medium, which I absolutely love. Done some in the background. I think adding that iridescence is beautiful. We've done the like fake baubles, whatever you want to call them, and then we've done the happy trees. So I'll take this off here and then just show it. Oh, it's all wrapped up like a present. Hey, boom boom. Right, so just going to take this off. You never really know I'm not showing you yet. You never really know what you're going to get, and then you open it and you go, oh, that looks all right. Oh, that does. So keep all your tape. Love it. There's our little wonderful. There's our wonderful little landscape. I think it needs a bit of depth there. So it looks like a I like that. Oh, I do like that. Not doing it on all, you don't have to. So we've altered two colours that give it a little bit of a difference in appeal. Don't think it'll work this, but you could go in with your black pen. I'll only do a little bit because it's wet. Like that. You don't have to do it all. She says she does it all. So if I just do that bit, I'm not doing it all of it. Left the trees. Right, so not bad, is it? Considering all we did was watercolour on a lid. You're more than welcome. I hope you really enjoyed them. Have a look. You might want to make a couple of these on a, I don't like that, it looks muddy. Couple of these on a, I might have to put some more colour on that. A couple of these on their own on a Christmas card, looks good. That looks better because it actually looks like a little shadow now instead of a big black blob. So yeah, I hope you can tell people about this, and if you want to visit my Patreon, I'll be there in 10 minutes and I'm going to do some more. So from me and from her, I'll see you probably Sunday now, because Saturday I'll be at C&C with a one-day special for David. So I hope you can join me then. So take care. See you soon.